in this day and age, growing your own food is the simplest, most peaceful, most revolutionary act that you can take towards reclaiming our own sovereignty. It reconnects us to our past, it reconnects us to our neighbors and our present and our community right now, and it connects us to our future, because the seeds we plant today will be the food that nourishes us tomorrow.
With gardening, there's benefits, mind, body, and soul. It's definitely a physical labor. You're doing a lot of different motions with your body, and there's such a sense of peace throughout those movements. So you can find the stillness in the garden, which is definitely can help practice and emphasize any spiritual practice, no matter what religion you are. It's definitely a personal connection with the earth.
It gives you a deeper appreciation for what it takes. If you go and you buy a head of lettuce or a head of cabbage, it's just a commodity. But if you've grown and you've nurtured and you've cultivated this head of lettuce or this head of cabbage, and you've seen it sprout from 2 or 3 leaves into this thing that you're gonna eat, it does something to you.
I love all my plants, so I'm almost like the papa, and I'm looking after my kids, and I gotta make sure they're watered and fed, and it becomes such a beautiful relationship that you have to form with each plant and with your aina, your piece of aina, whatever you are working. Make sure you're malamaing it from the heart.
Before, this place was kind of like a little wasteland. The previous owner and the tenants didn't really take good care of it. So basically nothing here was alive except for this avocado tree and maybe an old papaya tree. Focus first on getting getting mulch here, sheet mulched it. So we got cardboard. This mulch is from various places like KCC and whatnot, and then also mulch from the forest up in Manoa. When we first moved here, there's just a pile of rubble all over the place, so we just kind of repurposed it, so it's completely transformed our backyard. The stones are to keep it up and also to like kind of, as Matt put it, like malama the avocado tree. And then the bamboo, it's kind of like a little trellis set up there. It's for the beans, to different variety of beans that grows on vines. You can just put there, and like lilikoi, anything that grows on a vine we'll probably put there, and we'll definitely eat. My mom came up with some good ideas.
Yeah.
You know, some Filipino recipes.
Yeah.
My wife is from Switzerland, so she's got some other recipes. So
yeah.
we'll figure it out. I mean, there's so much different things that we can do with it.
Oh my gosh.
Like at Safeway.
First of all, biggest thing of difference is store-bought and homegrown. No stickers. I don't need nobody stickering my food. You're eating what you grew. So obviously there's that connection of the history of what you had planted and the evolution that it took to get to your plate, and having watched every step. That alone, psychologically, I think is just very empowering. Organic food, once you've been eating it for a long period of time, you will notice when you start eating conventional food or store-bought food, there's an obvious taste difference. Keeps my mind at ease. There's no question of like, what did they spray on it? It's just, I know organic farmers' methods, and I know that they put their love and care into it. If you're able to move and you're able to get to a garden in some way, and even just sitting there weeding, like I've seen aunties going down the street just weeding their grass. I don't know, I look at the grass, I'm like, I don't know what she's weeding, but you know, it's like there's always something to find to do outside, and you can always find what works for your body, even up to aquaponics, to where it's at your level, you don't even have to bend down. I think any age can do that.
There are a lot of plants that the native Hawaiians brought that are very well adapted to the climate. You know, ulu, taro, sweet potato, all of these things are great varieties. If it was grown by the native Hawaiians, it probably grows well in Hawaii.
When we're up in Manoa,
Yeah.
there's a lot more rainfall there.
Yeah.
And so pretty much everything grows.
Okay.
So it's a lot easier to do things like taro and turmeric and olena and stuff like that. Sweet potatoes, you put it in the ground and it takes care of itself. If we were to do that here, we're in Kaimiki, and it's a lot drier.
Yes.
It will be a constant struggle to get the water on it. So we have to look at different strategies of how we can catch and retain as much water.
Basically, my home is permaculturally established to fit the needs and the lifestyle of myself and whoever's living with me, my lover Kelly. Good soil goes after I take it from my compost, which is all my food scraps, and I do a 3-stage of the food scrapping from my kitchen. I'll take it, put it into the black bin. The avapui, which is the shampoo ginger. Olena, which is known as turmeric, which is one of my favorite herbs, and in La'au Lapa'au is really medicinal, known for anti-inflammation. Your comfrey. This is a lime, which just started giving us some big lime. Some radish here. Got mint underneath the fig tree. And kalo lining the back there. Basil, the beets, arugula, and more beets. And that sweet potato. You can see my beehive and the elephant's ear over there. And this is Swiss chard. This is really good in soups. Really hearty. Not a lot of bugs like this one. More beets. I love beets. Lemongrass. This is a new banana. I just put a little purple variety, Hawaiian variety of banana that has been really prolific. I call it the calico lilikoi. You'll have like some that look like they're gonna turn purple, and then all of a sudden you have these that look like they're gonna turn yellow. You got kale here. It's a Malabar spinach. That's kale. They call it dinosaur kale. You got some peppers going here. Tea leaf around. This is to wrap up any food, or also is really just a sacred plant to have around. Cilantro. More kale and Swiss chard. More of papaya. Mountain apple, which we planted from a little baby. I'm probably eating about 30 to 50% from my yard, depending on how much greens I'm getting and how much what's producing at certain times. Definitely the fruit trees are going off. You know, you wake up to a papaya and a lilikoi, and for afternoon you have a big salad, and then you know, in the evening you saute some eggplant or something. So it's like you find the balance of what you have.
In the context of some of the special interests and corporate interests that are looking to control our food supply, this is a very simple answer. If we start to shift from being consumers with rights towards being producers with responsibilities, then we actually take back our power.
We plant the seeds, we watch it grow, it continues to grow, and then we harvest it and enjoy it, and it's so sweet. And then we just plant new seeds and continue to grow, and then we can share it with our friends, our family, other people that we prepare food for, my chickens, anybody. So it's a totally reciprocal, beautiful thing. And then we compost whatever, you know, all of our food waste and make new soil, and it just continues. It doesn't ever stop.